Like seriously, this is actually what we wanted. This cake was wonderful. It had every print that we needed. Like it was very nice, it was wonderful, and we really loved it. So we started by going to the market, and I had to take CJ along because it was his birthday, so he needed to walk around with me. Like he needed to walk around with me. I had to take him to the market, and that was how we actually started our birthday journey. And so we got to the market, we passed through. It was a long journey because I needed to get to this local market where I can buy things. It was budget friendly, so we needed to go to a very far place and get those stuff. So we got we got to the market and we're buying stuff that we needed. See CJ now. CJ was in every bit of this vlog, like. So we got home. The first thing I did, because I was so intentional about this my party cap, and I needed to prepare them myself, so I had to tell my brother to get the carving, and how I gave him directions on what to do, and he was preparing them. So we got this sample and we started doing it that night after I came back from the market. Though I was tired, but I was just so intentional about this birthday, so I needed everything I wanted. Like I wanted to do them. So this was him carving the cap, like carving them, and just following the directions I was giving him, and me, I will have to do the finishing part. I had to gum the cap, pin them up, and now make it look like the cap that it is. So I actually wanted to just try this out, and it came out very well. Like it came out very fine. So when we finished, I had to touch the cap and fancy them. It's baby stuff, so we needed to make it look like it's baby stuff. Like we had to put up these things and make it look like it's beautiful. That's actually very beautiful because I brought up my time. I make sure that I put in my energy, my mind in doing it. See, this was midnight and CJ was not yet sleeping. He had to stay with me and do everything. At this point, my husband was already tired and he had left me to go to sleep. He said tomorrow morning. So at this point, when it was just I and CJ, even my brother had already gone to bed. She said he was tired, but me, this is what I had already planned in my head. Like I was going to execute this plan, so I was going to do it. So no matter what is going to take me, the late night, the stress, no, it's fine. So this is what we actually arrived at. The cap is beautiful, right? It's so beautiful. Like all the children, they liked it. Even it was actually not enough, but they really liked it. So we started packing our party bag, like because we packed it in the night and it was not ready yet. There are some things that we didn't put in. So this book, it was actually very beautiful. Like everything we wanted. Like the people that worked for us, they gave us everything we wanted. Look at this book now. It was beautiful. It was big. Like it was not just this little number of papers inside a book. So this one was beautiful. It was big. It was nice. The picture came out very well. I liked everything about this book. So CJ even had to help me pack. So that was how we packed his party bag. We had to put in everything inside, and the balloons, the birthday pack, everything, the eraser, everything, all the gifts you bought for the children, you had to pack it, including those books. If you didn't come for our party, more you missed though. So this was for adults. That particular wrap was for adults gift. So we had to make the children merry and all that. They were so happy because we put in beautiful things inside their back, and all the children, they were so happy. Everybody that came for birthday, they were just so very happy because look at the cake now. This is just the full standard of the cake. It was so beautiful. Like it was fine. I liked it. Like my husband was like, wow, this is fine, this is beautiful. Normally this cake is too fine. Like normally this cake, it's so set. Check it out now. Check it out now. Everything, all the details I gave them about this cake, they came out with it perfectly well. But the only thing I didn't like about the cake was it was small. And they said, maybe I think because I'm a cake person, I like eating cake a lot. So, and this cake was not enough for me. Like it was very, very small. So we had to go back to the kitchen. That was the next morning. I had to go and start preparing the food for the party. This was one of the things we bought in that local market. So we started by washing and blending. See how fresh it was. I was very intentional about making the food that people were going to eat. Everything was fresh and natural. I didn't actually use um a flavored spice like all those pepper spice. I didn't use them. I used my natural ginger, garlic, turmeric, onions, pepper. That was natural spice I used for the food. Like I'm very, very careful about what people eat. So about what we eat in my house. So if I must give people stuffs, it means I must still be very careful about it. So that was us cutting it and going to blend them. So we get ready for the party. So it took a long time because I had to do that alone because at that point, as at that time, my sister had not already come because she was coming from a far place, and my sister, she that's staying with me in Port Harcourt here, she had not already come because she was so tired of all the work she did for the whole day, like going to get this for CJ, going to get that, going to get that. So it was a kind of bit stressful. So I had to do this in the night against the next morning. So we had to start cooking. We had to start blending. After blending, we had to start. So we started blending. I had to blend everything so we can start cooking. CJ was everywhere. Like everything I was doing, CJ was there, and boom, our rice was ready. Actually, can you see this party jollof rice? Have you ever met or eaten this kind of party jollof rice? Party jollof rice was just so natural. Like it was so natural. Everything, all the color you see there is tomatoes. Like I blended all those tomatoes and I make sure I almost used it all. So it was so giving. Like this one was just so very tasty. And with I dried this meat, like I dried oil out of this meat. I dried everything out of this meat. I took my time to dry this meat. So look how dried it is. So in case, because we actually had to serve my husband's friends the food, so and their meat is being put into their food, so they had to take it home. So in case if
Casanova waits for you, baby. The only time that you say that you hate me is when I take the last slice of pastry. Loving you till kingdom come, but you drive me crazy. Said someone still my billboard baby.
So it was time for photo shoot, and the party was almost over. The party was almost over, and the fun, everything, it was fine. So, lastly, what we did, the whole balloon, the whole coming of balloon, the children, they really wanted it. So, after I gave out some, and I took some to CJ's friends living in a place like in our estate. So, I said, okay, let them bust the balloon by themselves so they can be happy, because they're actually fighting over this whole balloon stuff. I had to take it down. I said, okay, please, everyone come out. If you know your CJ's friends, oh yeah, come out, let's bust the balloon and let everybody rest so that they can be happy. They can allow me to sleep in peace, because this balloon literally, they were not happy for the whole day. They please, can you give us the balloon, please? I said, okay, no problem. I'm never going to give to this one, and I will not give to this one. And even if finally you give to a particular person and then it didn't get to the next person, they are going to cry over it and fight. So they had to see that we had to bust this balloon all by ourselves. And actually, they said it's merry, it's beautiful when they bust the balloon by themselves, and it's actually very fun. So this is us picking up and packing up for the whole birthday party.